Hi, my name is Adrià Gil Sorribes and I'm from Forceflow, and today I'll giving a presentation on the topic Unleashing Odoo into the crypto world. It sounds very mysterious, but it's very simple in the end, you will see. The table of contents for this presentation is I will go through a brief introduction on the basic topics around the cryptocurrencies world. I explain a bit the boom of cryptocurrencies and why it has become so popular nowadays. Then I'll give a brief explanation of what is a cryptocurrency exchange, and in the end we'll go through a short demo in Odoo to show you how to manage cryptocurrencies in Odoo. Okay, let's jump into the introduction. So first of all, what is a cryptocurrency? A cryptocurrency is a virtual currency that uses cryptography in order to secure the transactions and to control also the creation of additional units of this cryptocurrency. Most of the cryptocurrencies are built in decentralized networks and are based on the blockchain technology. As the main difference between conventional currencies and cryptocurrencies could be that cryptocurrencies are not issued by any central authority. They are not controlled or by any government or institution. So they are theoretically immune to manipulation. And this slide, we can see two main new topics. One would be virtual currency and the other one would be the blockchain technology. So let's try to explain them a bit. What is a virtual currency? In the end, is a type of unregulated digital currency that is only available in electronic form. And the main consequence of being an unregulated currency is that it can experiment dramatic price changes, because in the end, the price changes are only motivated by the consumer sentiment, that is the offer and the demand. On the other side, the blockchain technology is the technology on which cryptocurrencies base their nature. And basically, the blockchain is a specific type of database in which we can store blocks of data that are chained together in a chronological order. There can be different types of data that can be stored inside the blockchain, but currently and nowadays the most common used so far by cryptocurrencies has been the ledger of transaction. So in the blockchain you have a chained ledger of all the transactions that have happened in the blockchain. A specific type of blockchains, the decentralized ones, are immutable. That means that the data that is entered is irreversible, so you cannot modify it. And that is one of the strong points of this technology. Let's see now a brief schematic of how this blockchain technology in the cryptocurrencies work. So let's imagine that user A wants to send some money to user B. In this case, the transaction is represented as a block of data that is broadcast to every party of the network. So it will reach all the parties, and all those in the network, they will work on validating this transaction. That process is called mining. And once they have this specific block has been validated, it's added into the chain, which provides an indelible and transparent record of transactions. At that point, user B that has a copy of the chain, the user can see that the money has indeed been transferred from one account, user A, to user B's account. Here I thought that it would be a good idea to try to see what is the main difference between conventional currencies and cryptocurrencies. And I have this table here with different characteristics related to the currency world, and also three columns, one for gold, which was used or is still used, but in less frequently, of course. We have fiat, which could be a conventional currency like US dollars, and we have cryptocurrencies. In this table, I would like to highlight some of the rows. One could be the security. So due to the nature of cryptocurrencies, they are highly secure in spite of other like fiat that could can suffer from counterfeit and others. They have other security risks. Also the scarcity, the amount of, for example, bitcoins, the maximum amount of bitcoins is already known, so they have a predictable supply, whereas for a fiat, banks can always print more money as they need it. Also another key point is the sovereign, which is that the currency is government issued. In this case, fiat is a government issue, whereas the cryptocurrencies are not, as we explained in some slides before. And the last one is the smartness of the currency, which only applies to, of course, cryptocurrencies, which are programmable, and their applications are way beyond of being only a currency. But that's for the future to come. Okay, so now that we have basic understanding of what a cryptocurrency is and what is the technology behind, let's see why they have become so popular in the last years. So here I placed two metrics that I thought gives an overview of how big cryptocurrencies are in the current society. In the left side, we can see that we have more than 4,000 cryptocurrencies as of 2021, and that compared to the 66 that we had in 2013, that's over 90% increase. That's quite huge. And on the right side, we can see that there are more than 400,000 daily transactions only for Bitcoin. So that's a lot of transactions as of January 2021. That is almost 80,000 more than 3 years ago. So you can see how exponentially the cryptocurrency world has grown. And to even put it in an easier way or a more graphical way, we can see here a graph that I thought it would be interesting to see is the growth of Bitcoin wallets over time. So in millions, we can see that at the beginning of 2014, we had around the world 1.4 million wallets. And through all these years and as of the beginning of 2020, this amount had grown until the 46.8 millions. So you can see the exponential shape that this graph has. As of February 2021, we have now 68 million Bitcoin wallets around the world. And so why this has happened? What is so appealing in the cryptocurrencies? Who is the person that put it all in the spot? So of course it was Elon Musk. No, I'm just kidding. But just so you can see that many famous people have shared with everyone that they are supporting this new form of currency. But the real reason, jokes aside, of why these cryptocurrencies have become so popular is basically it has a lot of advantages over the main ones. I would say would be that they have greater transparency, they have enhanced security due to its nature and due to the nature of cryptography. They have improved item traceability. So if you have the whole ledger of transactions, if you want to track a specific item through time, you can do it as far as you want to go until the beginning of that specific coin or that specific item. You have an increased efficiency and speed, and also reduced costs. The transaction fees are way lower in cryptocurrencies than in conventional currencies, and also other aspects that have made this currency so popular is that they are not linked to any world government, and they are inflation proof. There are some advantages, but there are also some risks. Let's have a look at some of them. Everything that is digital, it is exposed and it can suffer from hacks. There have been a lot of news regarding hackers that have been stealing money from the digital currency from other people, so you have to be very careful in that regard. There is the volatility risks, and as we've said before, since it's not regulated, the price can practically skyrocket and then drop in just a few days or a few hours or even minutes. There is a liquidity risk that you have the risk of not being able to sell an investment quickly enough at a reasonable price. And there's also the risk of anonymity, which in the cryptocurrency, in the blockchain, the accounts and transactions are not connected to the identities of the real world. So there's this pseudo-anonymity in the ledger, and this has been appealing. This is appealing for criminal organizations, for example, to try to launder some money or to try to use the cryptocurrencies to purchase weapons, etc. So this is also a risk that these currencies have. Okay, so last step, and before we go into the demo, is talking a bit very briefly about cryptocurrency exchange. So basically, a cryptocurrency exchange works the same as a bank nowadays. It's a business that allows customers to trade cryptocurrencies or digital currencies for other assets. You could trade cryptocurrency for fiat money or for another digital currency. You can send money to a specific wallet. And here in this graph, in this pie graph, you can see the main or most popular cryptocurrency exchange in the world. The first one would be Binance. We have also Coinbase, Crypto.com, Kraken, and many more. There are more than 300 cryptocurrency exchanges over the world nowadays. Okay, so now that we have an overview, a clear overview of cryptocurrency world and all the basic knowledge, let's jump into Odoo and see how we can manage these cryptocurrencies in Odoo in order to record transactions. About the demo, I'm gonna first show you how you can configure Odoo to be able to use the cryptocurrencies, how we can synchronize with an API, in this case CoinMarketCap, to get the latest cryptocurrencies exchange rates. And then we're gonna just register some customer invoices and also payments and some vendor bills and payments to see how this looks in Odoo. Okay, so I'm now in my Odoo version 14, and I'm gonna first show you how I have configured to enable a use of cryptocurrencies. First of all, we need to go into accounting, configuration settings, and we need to enable the multi-currencies checkbox here to be able to manage different currencies in Odoo. Afterwards, we need to create 2 accounts. In this case, imagine a company that has decided to allow payments with ADA, with Cardano. That is a cryptocurrency quite famous today. So in this case, I have created 2 accounts. One that is called Cardano Inventory, that is a current asset type account, and then one is Cardano Gain Loss, that is an expense account. Next step is to create a journal for the payments, and I have called it Cardano Payments. I have selected the created accounts as the bank account, and then the latest next step would be to create the currency. In this case, you can see that I have created my currency, which is ADA. This is the symbol for Cardano. You can select a rounding factor, and this rounding factor is increased because many cryptocurrencies, such as Ethereum, they use a lot of decimal places. In this case, I only need 8 places. Then I need to check the inventory checkbox in order to tell the system that I need to keep track of the receptions and when you send some money and we're going to use evaluation method of first in, first out. Also, I need to here define which is the inventory account that I'm going to use. Now I'm going to show you how to synchronize exchange rate from CoinMarketCap. In this case, you can see that I have two exchange rates from the 7th of the September and the 8th of September. Today we are 9th of September. So now I'm going to go into configuration, currency update services, and I'm going to create a new update service. I have the ability to select CoinMarketCap basic plan. I'm going to set that is that the schedule runs every day, and I'm going to say that I'm interested in getting the exchange rate for Cardano. And then I save. This has created a scheduled action, but for now, for the sake of the presentation, I'm going to run it manually. So I can update now. And this has updated the exchange rate. If I go now to the currencies, to Cardano, and I can see that for the 9th of September today, it has created the corresponding exchange rate. Today we have 2.59. Okay, so now we have configured everything, and we can see that the synchronization with the CoinMarketCap is working. So let's register some transactions in our Odoo. So for example, let's register an invoice. So I'm come here, I can create an invoice. Let's say create an invoice for this customer. I select that the invoice should be in ADA, in Cardano. I'm going to say that this invoice is from the 7th of this month, and I'm going to add a line for a product, for an RFID attendance system. In this case, I'm going to say that the price is 100 ADA. If I go to journal items, I can see that it's taking the exchange rate from the 7th, and it's translating to 241 US dollars. I can save, I can also confirm, and then I can register a payment the same way I would do normally. When registering the payment, I need to select the journal specific to the Cardano payments. I'm going to say the payment is from yesterday, 100 ADAs, and then I can create the payment. I can see that the invoice has been paid, and if I come here down below, I can see the payment information. I can see that I have received money, I have the journal entry in this case that has been created, and I can see that it's for 100 ADAs, that corresponds to 247, because in this case I have registered the payment for the 8th of September, which had an exchange rate of 2.47. From the payment, I can go to the crypto move that has been created for this payment, and I can see that on the 8th of September, I received 100 ADAs with a price unit of 2.47. Perfect. Now, if I can create another invoice, same invoice, the same product. In this case, also in ADA, and I'm gonna set that this is also 100 ADAs on the 8th of September. I can save, I can confirm, and in this case I'm gonna register two payments. One payment is going to be on the same day for 50 ADAs, and I'm gonna keep it open. And the second payment, and then here I can see that 50 ADAs have been paid, and the second payment I'm gonna register on the 9th for the remaining amount. And here I can see, I can create the payment, and I have paid the customer invoice. Well, the customer has paid the invoice. Now I have a new menu here where I can see all the currency moves that have been done. In this case, we can see that on the 8th we received 100 ADAs, the same day we received 50, and on the 9th we received again 50. If I go inside, I can see specific information about each of the currency moves. So now let's say that I have a supplier that also accepts ADA as a currency. So I come here and I can create a vendor bill for a specific supplier in ADA. And let's say I'm gonna pay for a large cabinet that is going to cost me 150 ADAs. Perfect. Now I can say that the bill date is today, and I can save and confirm. And I can now register the payment, and I can say that I want to pay. I have paid 150 ADAs on the 9th. And the payment has been registered in Odoo, as we can see here, the reconciliation information. We can see the payment details. In this case, it's we are sending money to our supplier, and here we have the journal entry and the crypto move. And here, the special thing that we can see is that it has followed the valuation first in, first out. It has taken the 100 ADA from the first customer invoice and the 50 from the second customer invoice, following that methodology. So this was the demonstration. I have shown you how you can configure Odoo to enable it to use cryptocurrencies, using cryptocurrencies for customer invoices, payments, vendor bills, very easily in Odoo. Everything regarding the code can be found in the Odoo Community Association in the current repository. These are the 4 modules that I've been using. And that's all from my side. Thank you very much for listening. We can have some minutes now for questions and answers. Here is my contact information, just in case you want to write me with more technical questions that we can take separately. Thank you so much.
It's about to start. All right. Thank you, everybody, thank you, Adria, for this talk. Hello, everybody. My name is Wilfried Juncker. I work in a channel for the San Francisco office. Adria, thank you for this talk about the cryptocurrency. We do have a couple of questions, and if you may, I'm going to ask this question, and we can talk about it. The first question is, I think, related to the payment acquire. When I mean payment acquire is, I think people are asking if you can run transaction, when you pay your invoice from Odoo with a cryptocurrency. And yeah, I will let you answer that.
Yeah, thank you. So when I was preparing the presentation, I also did a bit of investigation regarding this topic. I could not prepare on time for the presentation, but I actually saw that there are many exchanges out there. Like, for example, I'm going to mention one that is Coinbase, that has an API that allows you to connect with your account, and then with a simple request, it allows you to send money or request money or synchronize with any payment that has been done to you. And that could be used if developed in Odoo in order to trigger the payment of a specific, for example, vendor bill through Odoo. And this would communicate to Coinbase, where you have your wallet with your cryptocurrency, and then that would send the money to the supplier.
Great. So technically, if it's feasible, it's just it's a matter of configuration and API. Okay.
Yes.
And if you guys want to have more details at the end, you will be able to talk to Adria. I'm going to post a link. But coming back to the question, we do also have a couple of questions regarding the Coinbase CoinMarketCap integration. If you can talk a little bit about that, especially about the real-time updated and the scheduler cost, if there is any scheduler cost for that.
Yeah, so this is one of the many APIs out there that allow you to get the cryptocurrency rates. I use this one because it seemed very interesting. It currently offers two kind of plans. Let's say the free account, which it has some limitations. You can only request the latest rate, so you can and you also have some limitation during, for example, for a specific day, you can do a certain amount of requests. But then if you pay a certain amount of money, you can access to more features where you can ask for rates more constantly, also historical rates, and many more features. So it basically depends. Yeah, you have the ability to get almost real-time rates, and then it's a matter of if you want to pay or not, or yeah.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much, Adria, for that. I thank you for this presentation. I'm going to make sure to post a link to the chat so you guys can connect with Adria. And again, thank you so much for this time, and see you on the next presentation. Have a great day.